You're listening to Remotely We Are One, a podcast to help inspire others to take their lives back from the office commute. I'm Rick, a passionate beer rep who loves the industry but hates the commute.
And I'm Kaleem, a remote work advocate and consultant. We're going to speak with some of the top professionals who have managed to avoid the commute as they share stories from the most inspiring to the most comical, all while working remotely.
Man, this sounds exciting. Let's clock in.
Hi, I'm Nikhil Paul. I'm the founder of We Are Human. I'm a leadership team coach. I'm so excited to be here at the Really conference. I am excited to talk about remote work and about productivity.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Thanks, Nikhil, for joining us. Appreciate you being here. I'm talking about building a remote empire.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about the challenges, whether it be productivity, loneliness is a big issue. What are some of the big challenges for people when they're building their remote empire?
Yeah. Okay. So it's a good point. So I said empire because I think for all of us, when we're remote, we are kind of stuck in our own heads, right?
Right.
And we're left to our own thoughts and dreams. And I think it can get very kind of stultifying. It gets a little bit like, I don't know if I'm out there. I don't know if I'm actually doing any real work.
Mm-hmm.
And so I say you need to flip that mindset and be like, I'm out here killing it. I'm here to build something. So an empire is something you can usually see, touch, and feel maybe. But if you can start from where you work, then that's something you're building towards, right? And so that's something you're really effectuating. So I like this idea of being able to expand and grow and learn more. And empire doesn't just mean business-wise. It can also just mean your growth curve, right? You're building something and you're building towards something. And this idea of kind of learning more, gaining more, making more of an impact, that's how you should be thinking about it. Even though you're by yourself, in your mom's basement, and you're just kind of sad. Don't let that get to you.
Why you got to bring me up?
I'm just saying.
There's nothing wrong with mom's basement.
Hey, man, listen.
It's disgusting. I'm gonna tell you, all the dryer shit that's just floating in the sky. I'm sorry.
It doesn't help with the background noise. So, So the way I think about it, the first thing is you got to really think about what's your core engine of value, right? Like, what is the one thing that you really drive to help others with? Right. And now, whether that's you as a individual person or you as the head of a company, there's always one thing that you're really kind of driving value. And don't lose sight of that. That's the first thing you got to do. So whether you're the CEO of Walgreens or you're a content creator on LinkedIn, right? Each person, when they're sitting by themselves, they got to think about, okay, what is the one thing in my business or my work that's driving value? And so if you're the CEO of Walgreens, maybe it's all about convenience for the customer, right? It's about the more customers who can come into a Walgreens and get anything the moment they step out of their house. That's what we need to focus on, right? If you're a content creator, it's all about showing up every day and speaking to the stories people are going through and living through in a consistent, repeated manner. So that's your way. You're constantly helping them know that they're feeling seen and heard. That's how you drive value. Right. So every job, every company, every business has a core engine of value that's driving your progress, that's driving your growth. And you need to first figure out what is driving that value in my business or workplace.
So I've heard you talk a lot about purpose.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of leaders right now, we consult with smaller businesses, 1,000 employees or less. What do businesses, startups, small businesses, family businesses, in those leadership positions, are there any skill sets that are more important now that maybe didn't get the focus before? We were talking about emotional intelligence.
Yeah, emotional intelligence.
We were talking about the way to lead and switching from, supervising the work to being maybe more of having a counseling culture. Can you just talk about a little bit about where you're seeing the shift of where leadership really needs to focus as we're going into more remote work?
Yeah, it's tough, right? When you're remote, again, back to being by yourself, it's hard to feel motivated because when you're in the office place, you can feel the energy. Right now, I'm with you guys, I'm feeling, we're popping, we're riffing, right? And so it naturally lends itself. But when you're in a remote workplace, a lot of that, again, you're back in your head. So you as a leader, one of the first skill sets you need to be able to do is you need to be able to craft a compelling story about your purpose. right? You need to create a story about where we're going, what we're doing. We're landing on Mars, right?
Yeah.
We're here to solve cancer. We're here to make sure every child is happy and fed on this earth. Like, find something that gets you excited and gets you out of bed. That excitement is what's disseminating through the wireless networks. Okay. That's what's going to scale, right? If people see your enthusiasm and your infectiousness and like the energy, that scales, then people tap into that. So whether you're sitting next to me right now or you're sitting halfway across the world, I'm going to feel it, right? It's going to come across, whether it's in the email you sent or it's on the Zoom call. And that energy only comes when you have a deep sense of purpose. You got to know, what are you trying to do? What's the problem you're trying to solve, right? And you got to get excited about that problem and try to put words to it and try to come up with a story. Because as human beings, we're storytellers. We sat around campfires talking late into the night, right? Like, that's how our genetic composition has been made of. We love stories. Give me something to look forward to. Give me something to, like, why else would I get up and just work for the sake of working? Like, I need a purpose. So that's the first thing I think about. Get good at telling stories to get people to feel inspired. That's the first skill set, I would say. All right. And the second thing was what you were saying, emotional intelligence, right? Now we're in a remote workplace. You want to be really good at intuiting how you're feeling, right? Now, I'm not sitting in front of you right now, right? In a remote workplace, it's hard to know, wait, okay, Kaleem's a little bit irritated. I can feel it, right? He's looking at me, with a frown. Like, there's a lot of body language, right? There's a lot of communication signals. We're missing out all that when we're doing Slack messages, when we're doing Zoom. So you got to figure out another ways to do it. Right. And the best way to do that is ask questions. Get deep into it. How's it going? What's going on with you? Get deeper into it. How's it been going with that thing? Like, start building the mindset of learning to be curious, right? Try to figure out instantly, what's going on with your day? Oh, how is that thing you were talking about with your family? How's that been? Get deeper. Because what you want to do is you want to get into a place of empathy. If you can understand where that employee is coming from, now you're in a place to operate. Now you can tell them. Now you're working with them in tandem with, like, oh, you got their perspective. So not only are they feeling seen and heard, you kind of know what's motivating. Oh, they don't like it when I come in too hard. Let me slow roll this, right? Oh, this is a person that needs to get a little bit more. They need more data and quantitative stuff to kind of feel like they understand why they need to do this. Okay, I'm gonna slowly give them the research and the facts before I bring them on board. So that's the second thing a leader has to get good at. Got to emotionally understand where each person that their team is coming from.
And there's a third thing.
Yeah. The third part, there is. I'll keep talking. You don't have to stop me. Matter of fact, why don't you guys leave the room for a second? There's more to it, right? There's other skill sets. And the third thing I think about is, how do you know if you're actually making progress?
You got to measure.
Yeah. How do you know, right? Yeah. And this is the point. This is why most leaders, especially when they're remote leaders, micromanage. Yeah. This is why you get that call at 9 p.m. when you're trying to put your baby to sleep and your boss is like, hey, can we talk real quick? It's like, no, we can't talk real quick.
Don't answer.
Don't answer. Yeah. But some of us don't have that luxury. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So if you're a leader who's trying to not just like blow up and just be like, oh my God, I can't see anybody, right? It's that nearness bias we were talking about yesterday, right? Most leaders have been brought up to be like, if they see their team and they look like they're working, I'm a good leader. Yes. That's how we've been told we're good leaders. If we see them working, they're putting their head down, I can see them, right? I can walk past them. We hit
the numbers, I see them. Yeah. They must be getting it done.
I'm a good leader. Right? I don't see them. Holy shit, this plane is going down. Right. We need to see. I need to get everyone.
But Nikhil, did we hit the numbers?
Yeah.
Oh, we did.
Yeah. We did hit the numbers.
We did hit the numbers.
Yeah.
What's the problem then?
Yeah. We hit the numbers, but it's like, well, could we have done more?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, right?
That's the one.
Sales, you still got 2 more hours left in the day. What am I going to do? Not make you work?
Oh, don't even get me started. That's just...
Right. So it's not about just hitting the numbers. It's also about hitting the right numbers, right? Right? So part of the other thing is you can find 1,000 things to get busy and be productive about. Like you're never going to run out of things to do.
The work is always there.
The work is always there, right? And like one of my favorite characters in The Wire says, the work isn't going to save you. You got to realize that working to fill out the hours is an old industrial revolution style of working.
Absolutely.
Correct.
What you should be focused on working to move the needle. Am I moving the needle? Again, going back to that core engine of value. If my whole thing is to make people feel seen and heard with my content, I got to measure that. And if it's moving up, then I'm good. Yeah. Right. So that's the idea. There's a lot of things you can do, but if you focus on the core stuff and get that done, then you can be more relaxed. That's the point. You can be more relaxed. You can be more balanced. You can take that gym workout in the middle of the day, or you can go to your son's soccer game. Right.
So give me my 3 recap.
Yeah. So the big one. Be good at crafting a compelling story.
Love it.
Right?
Storyteller. You got to be a storyteller, son.
Inspire. Number 2.
Inspire.
Be curious to empathize and know where people are coming from.
Empathy. I need to get in your shoes.
Yes, sir.
Feel your pain.
Exactly. And third, know how to measure success well.
Measure
it. Yeah, that was important.
The power of threes is strong, son.
I'm all about the power of threes.
The power of threes is strong within you.
That would be the religion I would start.
Can you share with us an interesting factoid that may be, I don't know, embarrassing or enlightening, perhaps, that you might want to share with our audience?
That most people might not know about you.
I can share. I mean, most people might not know this about me, but I got let go from my job previous to this, which was kind of embarrassing for me because I've never been let go from a job before. But that's what helped me start this new journey of what I'm doing today. And
that's not embarrassing.
I guess it's not that embarrassing, but it's just the fact of being fired from a job.
I was gonna ask you when you said I was let go.
Yeah. So
My definition. I mean, you was fired on your day off.
Yeah, no, I was. My boss just wasn't feeling it, and he, gave me my papers and let me go, and that sucks. Especially when you want to be a person who's contributing and wants to feel like you're part of a team and you're helping out. Nobody wants to feel like they're rejected, right? Rejection is a core destabilizer for human beings, right? Like if you got rejected in your early tribes, that was like a death sentence. That's like they've done studies on this. Like when you get rejected, your brain thinks it's like physical pain.
Okay, so how about something else? What else you got?
On things that are embarrassing?
Nothing about business, nothing about work. Something most people don't know about you,
doesn't have to be embarrassing.
No, I want the dirt. Or it doesn't have to be embarrassing. Maybe something inspiring, I don't know, maybe like the Backstreet Boys. I mean, that's not that embarrassing.
No, and I did go to a Backstreet Boys concert.
There we go. Here we go.
There it is.
Here it is.
What I mean?
Let's talk about it. So how was
you wanted to be on that stage.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite Backstreet Boy?
Nick. My namesake. I don't even need to think twice about it.
Here we go.
I mean, I'm sorry, but the mushroom cut was in, and it's still in.
Oh my gosh, yes. Our cameraman Matt knows about the mushroom cut. I see you over there. I see you. That's awesome, bro.
I got a couple of tickets, and I went with my brother. My brother was completely dismayed at what he saw next, which was just a sea of women just having a great time, and just me and my brother in the midst of all this, just looking around, trying to be like, oh wow, how did we get here?
Wait, so just to clarify, you rolled into Backstreet Boys?
We won free tickets. Like one of our family friends won free tickets from the radio to a Backstreet Boys concert. Keep in mind, this is 2005, 6 years past their prime. I think these men are now in their 30s. Yeah. And the women are also a little older as well.
That's great.
So,
caller 10, you're on the air.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody wanted that. It was that we were the only person who got it. So, yeah, it was an interesting, fun experience.
That worked.
But I still love that.
So Nikhil, where can you, our listeners and our viewers find you online?
Yeah, they can go to my website, wearehuman.co. I have a newsletter there. They can follow me on my newsletter, or they can follow me on LinkedIn. I post on LinkedIn every day.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for
guys.
joining us.
Appreciate it.
It was a pleasure chatting with you.
Yes, sir.
All right,
you as well.
Wonderful insight.
You've been listening to the Remotely We Are One podcast. Visit us at remotelyone.com/podcast for upcoming episodes. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and download our episodes on your favorite podcast app.
Hey, don't forget to clock out.